With his baroto or sailboat and accompanied by his students, Rizal searched and explored the jungles and coasts seeking for specimens. He sent the specimens to the Dresden Museum in Europe. In payment for these valuable specimens, the European scientists sent him scientific books and surgical instruments. He had built up a rich collection of conchology consisting of 346 shells of 203 species. He discovered rare specimens like Draco rizali, a flying dragon, Apogonia rizali, a small beetle, Rhacophorus rizali, a rare frog. Conducted anthropological, ethnographical, archaeological, geological, and geographical studies. Continuing his study of languages, Rizal learned in the Pitan 3 languages. He knew by that time 22 languages as follows. Rizal modeled a statuette called The Mother's Revenge to stress the moral of the incident where a puppy of his dog, Syria, was eaten by a crocodile. Ramon Carrion was Rizal's business partner in the Pitan. Rizal made profitable business ventures in fishing, copra, and hemp industries. Hemp industry was Rizal's most profitable business. Upon restoring her eyesight, Doña Chodora returned to Manila. Seeing how busy Rizal is, she regretted neglecting her muses. She requested Rizal to write poetry. As a response, Rizal wrote Mi Retiro, relating his serene life as an exile in the Pitan. The death of Leonor Rivera left a poignant void in Rizal's heart. In his loneliness, he met Josephine. Josephine Bracken was an Irish girl of sweet 18 who was born on Hong Kong. Mr. George Topher, a man who adopted Josephine after her mother died of childbirth. Mr. Topher became blind, so he sought for an ophthalmic specialist. This is how Josephine met Jose Rizal. Manuel Orlac, Filipino companion who accompanied Josephine Bracken to the Pitan. Rizal and Josephine Bracken decided to get married, but Father Obac refused to marry them without the permission of Bishop of Cebu. Hearing of the planned marriage and unable to endure the thought of losing Josephine, Mr. Topher tried to commit suicide by cutting off his throat with a razor. But Rizal was able to prevent this. To avoid the tragedy, Josephine accompanied Mr. Topher back to Manila. Mr. Topher returned to Hong Kong alone while Josephine stayed with the Rizals in Manila. Having no priests to marry them, Rizal and Josephine married themselves before the eyes of God. The two were happy for they were expecting for a baby. However, Rizal played a prank on Josephine and Josephine gave birth to an 8-month baby boy. They named him Francisco, named after Rizal's father. Pio Valenzuela, the man of the emissary to the Pitan, in order to inform Rizal of the plan of Katipunan during the meeting at a little river called Bitukang Manok. Raimundo Mata was the blind man who came with Pio Valenzuela to camouflage his mission. Rizal objected Bonifacio's project because 1. The people are not ready for a revolution. 2. The arms and funds must first be collected before raising the cry of revolution. When Cuba was under revolution and raging yellow fever epidemic, Rizal wrote to Governor General Ramon Blanco offering his services as military doctor. Governor Blanco later notified Rizal of the acceptance of the offer. The notification came along with an instruction of acquiring first a pass for Manila from the politico-military commander of the Pitan. Upon receiving the acceptance of his offer to go to Europe, then to Cuba to help in the curing of patients suffering yellow fever, he wrote a poem, El Canto del Viajero, or entitled The Song Traveler. The España steamer brought Rizal to Manila from the Pitan. As farewell, the town of the Pitan played the Dolorous Funeral March of Chopin. He stayed in the Pitan for 4 years, 13 days, and a few hours.
Create executed using Powtoon.